us consider the first problem, that is example 1. So the given problem is a 2-cavity crystalline amplifier, a 2-cavity klystron amplifier is tuned at 3 gigahertz. The drift space length is is 2 centimeters and beam current is 25 milliamperes. The catcher voltage is 0.3 times the catcher voltage is 0.3 times the beam voltage. And it is assumed that the gap length of the cavity is less than the drift space. It is assumed that the gap length is length of the cavity is very, very less than the drift space, so that the input and output voltages are in phase, so that the input and output voltages are in phase. So for this, beam coupling coefficient is given as equal to 1, and you have to compute the parameters: 1, power output, B, power output, and efficiency for n equal to 3/4 mode. B, beam voltage, input voltage and output voltage for a maximum power output of of 5 1/4 mode. Okay. Now this is the problem what it has been given. So what you have to do is it. So you are supposed to calculate A, that is a power output and efficiency for n equal to 3/4 mode, and beam voltage, input voltage and output voltage, and the maximum power output of for the 5 1/4 mode. Now to solve this particular problem, so what you are supposed to do is that first read that particular problem carefully. So write down whatever the values are given. Okay, what are the given values are there? Write down all the given values and then write down the parameters to be calculated and then using the formulas, okay, or the equations, try to solve that particular problems. Okay. Now, so let us solve this particular problem. Solution is, now for us the given values are, frequency is given. So the given frequency is 3 gigahertz and current is given, beam current is given. So this is given as 25 milliamperes and length is given. So this is given as 2 centimeters and beam coupling coefficient is given. So this is given as 1 and catcher voltage is given. Catcher voltage is given. So this is equal to 0.3 times beam voltage, that is this is equal to 0.3 times of the beam voltage. So this is 0.3 times of the beam voltage were represented by V zeros. Okay. Once you write down all these particular things, so these are the given parameters and these are the unknown parameters and you are supposed to solve it. Calculate beam voltage. So the beam voltage is calculated from the formula M divided by 2E into LF divided by N whole square. So in this equation, try to substitute the values. V0 equal to, here M is nothing but the mass of the electrons and E is nothing but the charge of the electrons. L is the length of the space and F is the frequency and N is the mode. Substitute all the values in this. 9.1 into 10 to the power of minus 31 divided by 2 into 1.602 into 10 to the power of 19, okay, into L is given is 2 into 10 to the power of minus 2 and the frequency is 3 into 10 to the power of 9. So divided by N is 5 into 1 by 4. So this is going to be 371.4 volts. Okay. Then next parameter is, for maximum power output, the Buncher parameter, X equal to 1.84. So this is equal to pi into N into V1, so divided by V0. V1 divided by V0. Okay. Now therefore Buncher voltage magnitude is equal to, so therefore V1 equal to X into V0, so divided by pi into N. Okay. So this equation is taken from this, just cross multiply the things and then V1 equal to X into V0 divided by pi into N. So in this particular equation, go on substituting the values. X value is 1.84 and V0 it is calculated 371.4. So divided by pi value is 3.14, N value is 5 into 1 by 4. So this value is coming to be 41.43 volts. Okay. Now let's calculate the catcher voltage. Catcher voltage is equal to V2. Okay. So this is equal to, it is given in the problem, that is 0.3 times of V0. Okay. So the catcher voltage in the given problem, it is given that it is 0.3 times of the Buncher, that is beam voltage. So that is 0.3 times of V0. So in this 0.3 times of your V0. So V0 is, I have calculated, so that is 371.4 volts. So this is going to be, you are getting to get it as 101.4 volts. Okay, this is how I have calculated a few parameters. Example 2. a two cavity klystron operates at 5 gigahertz with a DC beam voltage of 10 kilovolts and 2 mm cavity gap, and for a given input RF voltage, for a given input RF voltage, the magnitude of gap voltage is the magnitude of gap voltage is 100 volts. Calculate the transit time at the cavity gap, the transit angle and velocity of the electrons leaving the gap. Okay, so this problem is given. Suppose to read this particular problem carefully and see whatever the parameters are given, write down all the given parameters and draw down which are the parameters you are supposed to calculate, okay, and then try to solve the problem. Okay, now let us solve this particular problem, solution to this particular problem. Okay, now for us the frequency is given. The frequency given is 500 gigahertz. Beam current is given. So this value is equal to 10 kilovolts. And gap voltage is given, and the gap voltage is given as 100 volts. Okay, and cavity, one more parameter is given, so that is cavity gap. So this cavity gap is given as 2 mm. Okay, from this particular given values, now let us try to solve some the unknown parameters. Now let us calculate the DC beam velocity. It is given by u0 equal to 0.596 into 10 to the power of 6 into root of v0. Okay, this is equal to 0.593 into 10 to the power of 6 into, so v0 is given 10 into 10 to the power of 3. So this is going to be 0.593, okay, into 10 to the power of 8 meters per second. Next we are supposed to calculate the transit time Tg. Tg is equal to d divided by u0. So the distance, d is the distance and u0 is the velocity what you have calculated. This distance in the given problem, it is specified in terms of millimeters. Convert this particular distance in millimeters to a meters form, that is 2 into 10 to the power of -3. So divided by 0.593 into 10 to the power of 8. Okay, so this is going to be 33.7 into 10 to the power of 12 seconds. Okay, next parameter is gap transit angle. So this is equal to theta g. Okay. So this is can also be calculated by omega into Tg. So here, so omega is nothing but this omega is nothing but W is equal to 2 pi f. So it is 2 pi f into Tg. Okay. So in this particular case, go on substitute the values 2 pi into the value of f, the operating frequency is given. It is 5 into 10 to the power of 9 into Tg, the gap transit time is given. So that is here you have calculated. So that is 33.7 into 10 to the power of minus 12. So this value is okay, we'll write it here. This value is equal to 1.059 radians, and you can also specify in terms of degrees. So this is equal to 60.7 degrees. Take one more problem, that is example 3. Okay, a 2-cavity klystron amplifier, a 2-cavity klystron amplifier has the following parameters. Voltage gain equal to voltage gain equal to 15 dB. Then input power is equal to 5 milliwatts, and RSH shunt resistance of input cavity is equal to 30 kilo ohms, and RSH of output cavity is equal to 40 kilo ohms, and RL, that is load impedance, it is given equal to 40 kilo ohms. Then you have to determine number 1, input RMS voltage, output RMS voltage, and C, power delivered to load. Okay. Now these are the given parameters, and so these are the parameters you are supposed to derive it. So for this particular purposes, so let us try to solve this particular problem. Okay. Now P in RMS is given by V1 square, so divided by R, that is power, that is input power, that is RMS power, is calculated from V1 square divided by R, or you can write it as V1 square is equal to P in into RSH. So just you have to cross multiply it. Therefore, V1 square is equal to 5 into 10 to the power of minus 3 into 30 into 10 to the power of 3. Okay. V1 square equal to P in 5 into 10 to the power of 3, okay, into RSH. So RSH, how much would 30 kilo ohms is given to you? It is 30 into 10 to the power of 3. So this value is going to be 12.25 volts. Okay. To calculate the input power, write the equation P1 square divided by R. Okay, so you cross multiply this, you are getting it as V1 square equal to P in into RSH. Then V1 square is equal to P in value is given in the problem and RSH is also given in the problems. So then substitute the values, you will get V1 square is equal to 12.25 volts. Okay. Okay. Now, that is V1 equal to 12.25 volts. Next parameter is, so this is a parameter A you have derived. Next parameter you have to calculate is AV. AV equal to 20 log of V2 divided by V1. The unit has to be in dBs because it is a gain. So, okay, 15 equal to 20 log of V2 divided by V1 is 12.25. That means that the gain is calculated from 20 log of V2 divided by V1. In this case, AV is given in the problem. The AV is given and V1 you have calculated and V2 you have to determine this. So, from this one now you should do this. So, you will get V2 equal to 68.89 volts. Okay. The third parameter is P out, output power you are supposed to calculate. It is given by V2 square, so divided by RSH. So, V2 you have calculated here 68.89 square, so divided by RSH. RSH it has been given in this particular problem. So, this value is equal to 20 into 10 to the power of 3. So, this is going to be 0.2373 watts, or you can write it as 237 milliwatt. A two cavity klystron amplifier operates at 5 gigahertz with a DC beam voltage of DC beam voltage of 10 kilovolts and a cavity gap of 2 mm for a given RF voltage. The magnitude of gap voltage is 100 volts. Calculate transit angle velocity of electron leaving the gap. Okay. Now, okay. Now DC beam voltage DC beam velocity is given by V0 equal to 0.593 into 10 to the power of 6 into root of V0. So, this is equal to 0.593 into 10 to the power of 6 into root of V0 is given in the problem. It is 10 into 10 to the power of 3. So this is going to be 0.593 into 10 to the power of 8 meters per second. Then gap transit time. So this is equal to d divided by u0. So this is equal to 2 into 10 to the power of minus 3 divided by 0.593 into 10 to the power of 6. So this is going, you are going to get it as 33.7 into 10 to the power of minus 12 seconds. Okay. Then gap transit angle it is given by theta g. So it is equal to omega into t0. So omega into t. Okay. That is the gap transit time. So you can write it as t2. So this is equal to 2 omega is nothing but 2 pi f. It is 2 pi f into 2. That is 2 pi. Frequency is given. So it is 5 into 10 to the power of 9 into, so 33.7 into 10 to the power of 12 seconds. So this value is going to be 1.059 radians, or you can also specify in terms of degrees, that is 60.7 degrees. Next parameter is the velocity of electron leaving the input cavity gap. So this is equal to V of t is equal to V0 into 1 plus beta 1 divided to V1 divided by V0 into sine of omega t plus theta g divided by 2. So in this, go on substituting the values. 0.593 into 10 to the power of 8 into 1 plus 0.954 into 100 divided by 2 into 10 into 10 to the power of 3 into sine of omega t plus theta g divided by 2. So this is equal to 0.593 into 10 to the power of 8 into 1 plus 0.0047 into sine of omega t plus 0.5295 and is varying sinusoidally at the input cycle. Okay, we are supposed to write here as varying sinusoidally because here we are getting the sine term. Because we are getting the sine term here, we have to write it as varying sinusoidally at the input cycles. So the maximum velocity is V maximum is equal to V into 1 plus m by 2. So this is equal to 0.593 into 10 to the power of 8 into 1 plus 0.00477 Okay, and V of T minimum is equal to V0 into 1 minus m by 2. So this is equal to 0.593 into 10 to the power of 8 into 1 minus 0.00477. Okay, so this is how you can calculate the different parameters.